Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to Life is Magical podcast. This is your host, Sri Manju Katragada. Today's topic I have been driven by the common word spirituality. We use it so much. I guess I use it a lot because that is where my work is based. That is where my thoughts are based. And just wanted to come back to the very basics of what does spirituality mean? And now a lot of us do jump in to the religion, to beliefs, and coming into spirituality. But just on its own, have a think about. It's not for argumentative, it's only for thought-provocative. It's only for listening from a perspective, what it means to me or what I have understood. I'm sure you may be aligned or you may know much more bigger dynamics than I have so far witnessed or I haven't been sharing here on this podcast. So how about we go back to the very basics of it? Many times we do use these metaphors in relation to spirituality as a journey where you are on your own self-discovery or a personal growth. It's very much as as the time goes in, there are many layers that unfolds where we are discovering ourselves in a new dimension, a new wave of things. Very closest reference also we have been using is peeling an onion layer. As we uncover one set of knowing who we are, we come into another milestone and we get to know ourselves completely in a different dynamics. If anyone has been closely watching your long-term relationship, you would understand it. There are many kind of days where you are just going by it, but with a job loss it could be, or a health issue it could be, or a relocation it could be, birth or entry of a new family member, or grief of a family member, or your pet. You understand each other in this journey in completely new dynamics, right? And that is where you are having a journey with yourself and also seeing, understanding everything around you, how the frequency is being changed. It's like we have understood, like, oh, this is it. But bang on, there is another new chapter that unfolds for us and makes us go deeper just because you are holding to it. You are able to understand that deeper context and meaning to life, and you are being deep dived in further as well. I have been seeing deeply, closely watching my own growth for the past 14 years and reflecting back a lot. Every day, something new you get to learn when you closely watch yourself. And that is the beauty about what the spirituality gives you, or gives a meaning and a purpose to your life where you find it's exciting. Even in the hardest times, challenging times, you get to learn something. But when we put the focus on, hey, this is a tough time, the focus is being lost just to feeling the toughness rather than what am I here to learn? Why am I being challenged with it? What is that universe is teaching me, co-creating with me? What did I write for myself as a contract? The lessons to be learned here. And in that you are uncovering yourself from a totally new dynamics. Spirituality can also be seen as a source of light that illuminates the darkness of ignorance and confusion in those hardest times. It just brings you so much of a clarity and understanding to one's life when you understand nearly whatever we were stuck in is being released, because your problem is solved with that understanding of it. And sometimes it could take a day, or it could take a decade, or it could take a whole life to understand some of the perspectives why we have been attracted to a particular thing that we haven't been figured, but you have that magnetic pull towards it. You keep working on it, keep trying on it. You can't disconnect with it easily. Relationship, it could be your work, it could be, or coming up with a new idea, it could be, or building a prototype, it could be. Any of it that you have been passionately working, if you feel stuck, you need to change the perspective of the stuckness into welcoming the light. The other way I also use this reference as like spirituality is a tree that grows and develops over the time. And here the nourishment is involved, the evolving process is required, caring for it is required. And right, not only at that very moment of where it is a tree, but where the seed is germinating. There is a lot of references that comes through in the Akashic records as well, is through the tree, the seed. As you nurture, it has to crack open, like, even the butterfly crack open, where it's so discomfort, so hard, so tough. And then when it cracks open, you get to see a whole new beginning coming up, and the responsibility of caring changes and shifts, right? Like when someone is pregnant, your caring for yourself is different. When the baby is out, the caring is so different as well. And you become less priority then, and the baby becomes the more priority as well, right? The conditions differ, the changes in your thoughts differ. And that is the dynamics of the nature, the dynamics of the universe that we are abide by, that we have to follow. But doesn't mean that we have to blindly follow, but also understanding it is what's most important. And it's like belonging and connection, something greater than yourself, is the most important thing that you need to be waking up, like, believing there is a bigger picture above you. And within you, it could be as well, wherever, however you want to believe that metaphor. That is the most important thing that gives you the permission to explore and discover yourself. Discovering yourself is the most important aspect here. And that's a beauty, right? When you discover yourself, you are seeing a different lens. It's like you're changing your glasses to different colors, and you're getting to see the same tree in different shades of it. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it fun? Isn't it more joyful as well? And that is the most important thing. You need to feel more comfortable, safe, and secure as well, being in yourself. It nearly helps you to reflect back into your own mirror image, isn't it? Just like that mirror, who is beautiful? Like, if something else other than you comes up, your ego rises up. And here now we learn to work around the ego. Why is it rising? Where am I feeling lack? Why am I feeling insecurity? And when you are able to be comfortable with it, the mirror shows you something else that you're reflecting on your true self and wanting to work on it. And you clearly open up to that new frequency as well, which helps the individuals as us like to develop the self-awareness, self-understanding. And that's the beauty about as we develop ourselves, we are also developing as a community and as a guide force into our own family as well, because you get this new look and you want to show everyone what this new look is about and how you feel it about, and you want to nearly educate and change everyone into the new visions you have been seeing, right? It's such a beautiful sense of like a belief that is there greater than yourself and something bigger than our human can even think about. It could be the cosmic, it could be the source, it could be the divine, everything, knowing and being significant part of it. And remembering not to disconnect you from the spirituality or the divine. You are part of it. You are very much part of the play, and your role is equally important to anyone else. And that, when you know, is the dynamics changes, the self-love changes, the self-worth changes, that you automatically fall in love for yourself, that your purpose is bigger, is incredible, to playing the part of it. Imagine, sometimes we do have those down moments where we feel like, if I'm missing, nobody will miss me. But you missing itself will create a lot of havoc and growth and a shift cycle for everyone around you, as much as you are involved. So either you are in the puzzle and playing along, or not in the puzzle, you're still playing along, because you have been created with a bigger meaning, and your contract, your soul chose to witness all that is happening in this frequency right now. Feeling the pain, feeling the elevation, feeling the roughness, feeling the lack, and feeling the abundance. Like, both the polarities are equally important in our life to experience everything. It's just like you're having like taste buds to recognize all the different tastes, right? Bitterness, sour, sweet, hot, spicy, everything is so needed. Then you understand, what do I like most? I like this at this moment of time. And I like a particular taste at different times. Again, you are categorizing, but witnessing is so important. And it's just that a significant part of you being purposeful and unfolding the life along with the universe, reflecting everything back. And here the spiritual journey generally wakes us up into our conscious state. Some are gifted to be wakening up naturally. Some are gifted. Everyone is gifted with it, but how we recognize our gifts is so magical. So some really challenge themselves not to be awake, and you get into that awakeness by either a change in the job, career triggers, or relationship triggers, or health triggers, or accident triggers. Sometimes the major like a setback have to happen to realign yourself into your growth, that you have said, I'm going to commit to these projects now, because you have been in a sleep state for so long. Some are blessed to do it not being in a sleep state right from the young age as well. So that is again coming back into the awareness of what you have wanted to come into, being into the higher level of consciousness, and how you want to work around it as well. Yeah, not being defensive, not being silencing up yourself, but speaking, honoring yourself, accepting yourself. And this is where your real connection to yourself happens up. And then you see your life, no turning back. Everything is part, everything is beautiful, everything is wonderful around you. And the tougher times get lower, because your pressure of the dense energy is not too heavy on it. You get to feel this shall pass too. You will feel, okay, I'm going to nearly done with this lesson, and I'm going to get new lessons, new assignments. And that is how we'll be rolling on from one thing to the other, and not bringing any dense energies. Like when I talk about dense energies, it could be the guilt, shame, unworthiness, self-worth, like all these things that we are repeatedly churning around until we wake up. These are what we live by. And once we wake up, these become minimal. Some, it can completely go. For some, it could be a trigger still, but you know when the trigger is coming, how to work, because you're increasing your tools in yourself. And those tools will help in like our spontaneous changes in our lives as well. Yeah. the development you see, in yourself progressing. And that's where miraculous healings happen, miraculous abundance comes in, or your law of attraction gets so easier to work on, or you just are showing up into coming in by your own dynamics of understanding in your own ways. So here, I would like to share some of the major things that helps us coping with the stress and the adversity. It helps us with the inner peace and the calmness during any times of it, and bringing some simple lifestyle changes or incorporating some of the tools like meditation it could be, or a prayer it could be, or a gentle body movement like yoga, tai chi, qigong. They really help us to release the stress, the dense energies and anxiety, and bring in the light waves of it. And with the light waves is where you get your new ideas, new downloads of information. And this is where a Reiki healing or tapping even might help you with, developing resilience. It helps us to bounce back from difficult experiences, and where you cultivate your inner strength and connection, something greater than yourself, we can develop that changes by navigating by own life challenges. And yes, life or the path is never going to be the same. We are going to take the unknown turns, twists, but knowing that your headgear is there or your engine is functioning well, it becomes much easier to do those with a less maneuver as well. And the biggest thing I find is like finding our purpose and meaning, our passion. Many of us do miss that, but here you are bringing that back. Because you're connecting to something greater than yourself. You're connecting to your soul contract. You're connecting to your understanding of your place in the world. In the world. And this helps to provide a sense of direction and motivation in life. And as rising up into your spirituality, it brings your connection into the community by being compassionate, by being kind, by being empathic, because then you understand everyone is going through a tough journey. We are not alone. We don't need to be alone, and we can understand each other beyond the words as well, because your sense of recognizing your intuition is stronger, and the words need not be the placeholder, but the aura, the body presence, the measures of the feelings are even more impactful. And the first thing that really helped me was the gratitude. And gratitude just so simply brings the U-turn change by even simple thing. I remember practicing gratitude as glass of water. All right, okay, I need to be happy that at least I got a half glass of water. And slowly I shifted to at least I got some glass that I can always refill what I want. And by that, you change your outlook, improve your overall well-being as well. It's just that beautiful tool that we got within ourselves that we can keep using it. And now that you know so much benefit, so much of awareness comes through, you might also be thinking, am I in the awakening stages? How do I recognize? Am I following the protocols of it? Am I ready for it? So some things that like being here on this podcast, listening to me, connecting to this means you have been searching hashtag spirituality, say for example, or hashtag on self-reflection, right? Self-reflection is the most important thing that we engage with ourselves, with our life experiences, not wanting to change them, not regretting about them, but noticing the thoughts, feelings, behaviors, accepting beyond us. Or noticing the synchronicities, also called coincidences, right? If you have watched that movie Serendipity, that reminds you so much about it. We do pay attention to the numbers or the meaningful occurrences that are happening, and the same book coming back or same wisdom coming back to you by different people, different versions of it as well. Yeah, those synchronicities are big part of our awakening, or especially a project that you might be keenly working as well with the divine there. Your intuition might be like so heightened that you feel like psychic abilities are opening up, that you're able to like your music, you're getting a message through the music. It could be, or you're in the nature, you get a wisdom or a download, or you're able to channel, or you telepathically talk to your friend and your friend talks back, calling you physical phone. So there is so much of that intuition awakens. We think it's only for some people, not for all, but we do forget we all are born with that capability of it. Yeah. And a huge sense of purpose as well. It's like you wake up every morning with sense of knowing that I'm here to change the world. I'm here to make the shift and a frequency change, like, a small impact for your friend or a colleague, or to a bigger impact as well, or having a clear sense what you want to achieve in life, what you want to go with the flow of things. The other thing is you're sleeping better, your habits are changing into more aligned, your connection to the pets are more deeply as well, to the people is very deep as well. Those emotional and physical changes are so heightened, so sensitive as well. Like, you pay attention to your mind, body, and the soul in all areas as well. Yeah. And these are just the main things, like, these are the main things that are coming to my mind right now. Like, it doesn't mean like, this is it. You need to checkbox everything, but these are kind of a guidelines. It's not one thing fits all. One shoe size is not for all, like, so being on that, being comfortable to wherever you could be on the step -1, or you could be on 100 step. It really doesn't matter. The moment we wake up is the moment we get to do the work, and that's the most important thing, that we are taking the permission. We are doing things that are exciting us. I hope these topics have been resonating with you, or you have started having a keen interest, or aligning you, confirming you on your path. The choice is always ours. No push. And of course, with a quote like no pain, no gain, like, there is always some parts of it are going to be painful. That now with that pain, we know the awareness of it, and we can transmute that frequency of pain to gain as well, much easily with your spiritual tools. So here you go. Good luck on your journey, and I wish you the strength, love, gratitude for being here and supporting you. And so as we all support into this community work and raising the frequencies of the Mother Earth, so we all hold up to what's coming up. With that, lots of love. Let this all sink in, feel, process into it, and connect back to you soon. Namaste. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And if you listen to till the very last, I would love to ask you to leave a comment or a review, as that really helps this podcast to reach many others who might be benefiting out of it. Thank you.